Assalamualaikum everyone.
Hello, Prof.
Okay, boleh dengar ya?
Kita start 8.30, Prof.
Okay.
Hello, hello, hello. Tes, tes, tes. Dengar? Dengar?
Yes,
Dengar?
I can hear you.
Oh. Medium.
Mm.
Hello. Kita akan lakukan sedikit testing untuk adjust delay offset ya. So abaikan apa yang saya cakap ni. Okay, boleh tak dapat lari? Tak. Aku cakap tu kau sesuaikan Oh ya. Aku cakap tu kau sesuaikan Oh ya.
Jadi laluan. Mas Mai Malay.
Di sebuah pekan berhampiran dengan hutan, tinggal sekumpulan ayam berjenis-jenis ayam terdapat di sana. Ada ayam hutan dan ada ayam kampung. Di sebuah pekan berhampiran dengan hutan, berkumpul mencari makanan. Ayam banyak ayam terdapat di sana. Ayam yang paling hutan dan ada ayam kampung. Waktu siang dah singa. Step apa? Okey, Sarah cuba cakap. Cakap dalam mic.
Mic test. 1, 2, 3, mic test. Oh, nampak ke? Buka ke ni? Test, 1, 2, 3. Mic test. Mic test. Mic test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Shit. Sebarang suara 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okey. Percubaan.
Lost of connection. Oh no. Dah ke? Testing, testing. Ada? Hello? 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 Ha? Itu. Jangan. Ulang suara, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Test, test, mic test. Clear tak? Tak clear? Ada?
Uh,
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ada.
Sekejap, test, test, sila soalan. Test, test. Test. Sekejap, YB. Test, test, test. Kita dengar.
Test, test. Test, test. Dah. So all participants and attendees, kindly ensure that your microphones are muted throughout the program to avoid any technical interruptions and to maintain a smooth session for everyone. Participants are also encouraged to keep their cameras switched on during the session. We appreciate your full attention and cooperation throughout today's program.
Dear participants, before we begin, please be informed that the attendance will be recorded through the registration form and validated upon completion of the post survey for Module 1 and Module 2. Thank you for your cooperation and patience. The program will begin shortly in a few minutes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam UiTM di hatiku. The Honourable Yang Berusaha Profesor Madya Dr. Ismadi Mat Badarudin, Deputy Dean of Student Affairs, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences, UiTM. Yang Berusaha Profesor Teknologis Dr. Ahmad Zia Ul Sofi Muhammad Jabri, Deputy Dean of Academic and International, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences, UiTM. Yang Berusaha Teknologis Dr. Siti Rahayu Abdul Aziz, Program Coordinator for CDCS 251, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences, UiTM. Professor Teknologi Dr. Anifawati binti Muhammad Lokman, Program Advisor for CDCS 251, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences, UiTM. Puan Nurdiana binti Misran, Program Advisor for CDCS 230, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences, UiTM. The esteemed Dr. S. Raja Muhammad, Associate Professor and HOD Computer Science and Engineering. Good morning to all the guests, respected lecturers, fellow students and participants joining us from India and UiTM.
As a symbol of respect, unity and patriotism, I would now like to invite everyone to stand for the singing of Negaraku, followed by Wawasan Setia Warga Youth ITM.
Bersatu kita warga UiTM, kita bangsa perkasa, taat dan setiaku untuk negara, penuh semangat wajar. Kita jangan mudah terlupa pengorbanan perjuangan anak bangsa. Kita jangan mudah terleka kemajuan keamanan yang ada. Kita berterima kasih pada pemimpin-pemimpin negara.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Before we proceed further, I would like to invite Adnan Rijal bin Abdul Rauf to lead the recitation of Dua. With all due respect, please welcome.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين اللهم إنك خلاق العظيم إنك سميع العليم إنك غفور رحيم إنك رب العرش العظيم إنك البر الجواد الكريم. O Allah, you are the creator of all mankind and the source of all wisdom. We thank you for bringing us together across borders, oceans, and time zones today for this Sulam International Webinar, Digital Ethics 101, Ethics in AI for Higher Education. We ask you to pour down your mercy, blessings, and infinite guidance upon every organizer, speaker, and participant logged into this virtual space. Allahumma ya Karimu ya Rahim. Bless this educational initiative, guide our minds so that we can bridge the gap between classroom theory and real-world practice. Give us the sincerity, compassion, and passion to use our education and skill to solve community issues and uplift the society around us. Ya fa'alu lima yurid. O Allah, grant clarity of tongue and confidence to our speakers and open the hearts of our audience to absorb beneficial knowledge. We ask your protection against any technical failures, internet disruption, or distraction that could compromise our program. Make this webinar a source of inspiration, smooth collaboration, and immense success. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you to Adnan Rijal for the meaningful recitation just now. May today's program run smoothly and bring beneficial knowledge to all participants.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the International Webinar, Digital Ethics 101, Ethics in AI for Higher Education. We are pleased to be an MC of ceremony for today's program. My name is Safwa Atifa binti Muapuad, and together with my co-MC,
My name is Muhammad Hakimi bin Nordin. We will be guiding you throughout today's session. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to warmly welcome and thank everyone for joining this meaningful international webinar. Today's program offers an opportunity for us to explore the ethical aspects of artificial intelligence and in its impact on modern society. As AI technology continues to grow rapidly, discussion on responsibility, fairness, and ethical awareness are becoming more important in shaping a better digital future. Without further ado, I would like to invite the Deputy Dean of Student Affairs of Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences to Professor Madya Dr. Ismadi Mat Badaruddin to deliver the opening speech for this program.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, thank you to the Masters of Ceremony for the warm introduction. The esteemed Professor yang berusaha, Professor Teknologis Dr. Ahmad Zia Ul Saufi Muhammad Japri, Deputy Dean Academy and International, Faculty Sciences, Faculty Computer and Mathematical Sciences, UiTM, yang berusaha Professor Teknologis Dr. Anitawati binti Muhammad Lokman, Program Advisor, Fakulti Computer and Mathematical Sciences, UiTM, yang berusaha Teknologis Dr. Siti Rahayu Abdul Aziz, Coordinator Networking Cybersecurity, CDCS 251, Fakulti Computer and Mathematical Sciences, UiTM, yang berusaha Puan Nordiana binti Misran, Program Advisor, Fakulti Computer and Mathematical Sciences, UiTM, yang berusaha Dr. S. Raja Mohammed, Associate Professor and Head of Department Computer Science and Engineering, KIT Coimbatore, India. Student, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Alhamdulillah, all praise to be to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, by whose grace and blessing we are able to gather here today. let me extend a warm welcome to our honored guests and participants. I am indeed pleased that Faculty Computer and Mathematical Sciences have been entrusted to host Sulam International Webinar, Digital Ethics 101 Ethics in AI for Higher Education. This webinar serves as an important platform to educate the community on key ethical issues. Undeniably, this event is possible with great assistance and support from our strategic partner, KIT Institute. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in an era where the advancement of artificial intelligence has altered almost every aspect of our life. It has reshaped our industries and changed the way we interact with the world around us. However, it is crucial to implement this technology correctly. AI makes us more harm than good if we ignore ethical concerns surrounding it. Therefore, today's discussions plays a vital role in integrating technology and morality. The theme, Digital Ethics 101 Ethics in AI for Higher Education, speaks to the urgent needs for responsibility and integrity within our academic environment. Making ethical decisions regarding the use of AI in teaching, learning, and research is increasingly challenging. When facing uncertain situations such as navigating academic honesty or the appropriate use of AI tools, we need to look from different educational perspectives and act responsibly. Our actions and policies today will have a profound impact on the integrity of our education system. Thus, this program will become a space where our young, intelligent minds can actively discuss and investigate these unique academic challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion to today's event, I would like to acknowledge all those who have helped in making today's event successful. It is due to the hard work of everyone here that today's event became a reality. Congratulations to the organizing committee for all their efforts and commitment in making sure that everything works perfectly in this program. It is because of your efforts that today was a success. I would like to thank our speakers as well for sharing with us your views regarding ethics in computing. Hopefully, all of us will gain inspiration from your thoughts today. To all respected guests and participants, I hope you found today's session meaningful and that it encouraged you to reflect on the ethical responsibilities we hold as a computing professionals. Let us carry these lessons towards in our studies and our future careers. Together, we can strive to build a digital world that is not only innovative but also ethical and responsible. With that, thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Madya Dr. Ismadi Badarudin, for your insightful opening remarks and for officiating our webinar today. We are truly grateful to have you with us.
To provide further insights, I would now like to invite our program advisor, Professor Technologist Dr. Anitawati binti Muhammad, to deliver her speech.
Assalamualaikum everyone. Should I say anything? Because I believe you are preparing the modules and should give me synopsis at least of it. Or did someone mention to me that you're going to prepare the text?
We already have your script, Doctor. But today, Silakan.
Assalamualaikum, Professor.
Waalaikumsalam.
We already prepare your script. Dah share dalam group WhatsApp.
Oh, wait.
Saya akan share balik.
Tak ada points. No, I don't see it. I haven't received anything.
Acha will send it to you, Professor.
Okay, baru sampai.
Okay, Doctor. Okay, sorry, Professor.
It's okay. Okay, first thing first, are we going to use Teams or Google Meet?
Professor, I would like to apologize first. Actually, we were thinking about proceeding with Teams if and only if, let's say, the amount of participants can join can exceed 100. If let's say this Google account cannot support more than 100 participants, then we will fall back to just using Microsoft Teams.
Oh, you haven't finalized, is it?
Yes, we haven't finalized.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to read the text. Do you want me to read throughout? Okay, all these people are going to be present on the day. You confirm already? Or not confirm?
Not yet, Professor.
Okay, so I just read throughout, okay? But please add
Okay, thank you.
the penyelaras Sulam, ya, later on. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you clearly hear me?
Yes.
Okay, and good morning, everyone. First and foremost, thank you to the MC for the warm introduction. The TS team, Professor Madya, TS Dr. Nurjan Salika Janum, the Dean of the Faculty of Computer and Medical Sciences, UITM, Professor Madya Dr. Ismadi, Mat Batarudin, the Deputy Dean of Student Affairs, and Professor TS Dr. Ahmad Ziaul Salfi Muhammad Japari, the Deputy Dean of Academic and International. This one is academic only. Academic only, not international. Professor Madya Dr. Tajul Rosli Razak, the Program Coordinator of Computer Sciences. TS Dr. Siti Rahayu Abdul Aziz, the Coordinator of the Program Networking and Cybersecurity. Puan Madam Nordiana binti Misran, the Program Advisor. Dr. S. Vimal, Professor Dr. S. Vimal. Please correct this ya kalau dekat text line because you must address him as Professor. Professor Dr. S. Vimal, the Dean of the School of Computing and Emerging Technologies, KIT, Coimbatore, India. Dr. S. Raja Muhammad, Associate Professor and Head of Department Computer Science and Engineering, KIT, Coimbatore, India. Students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's academic session. As highlighted by our Dean, we are currently navigating a significant technological paradigm shift. Therefore, it is essential to consider the direct implications of this shift for our students and future computing professionals. This Sulam International Webinar, Digital Ethics 101, Ethics in AI for Higher Education module, has been meticulously designed to address these very considerations. Presently, artificial intelligence applications are increasingly accessible and integrated into our daily academic routines. While these tools offer unprecedented capabilities in assisting with programming, ideation, and complex research, they simultaneously present substantial ethical dilemmas. And it is imperative that we determine how to utilize these technologies responsibly within the higher education system, ensuring that our academic integrity remains uncompromised. In this module, we will thoroughly examine the realities of AI within the university setting. And our primary objective is to equip our students not only with technical proficiency, but also with the ethical foundation necessary to navigate academic assessments, research endeavors, and collaborative projects in this new era. Allow me to briefly outline the structure of today's proceedings. Initially, we will commence with our module, which will explore practical scenarios and establish clear guidelines for the ethical applications of AI as university students. Ladies and gentlemen, subsequently, the session will transition to an insightful forum led by our esteemed partners at the KIT Institute. They will expand our discourse to address the broader global ethical challenges of artificial intelligence within modern society. To our participating students, I strongly encourage you to actively involve throughout the session. Please utilize the provided platforms to share your perspectives and raise critical questions. Cultivating ethical decision making is an ongoing process of scholarly inquiry and careful reflection. So we have a comprehensive program ahead of us, and I hope you find this module both intellectually stimulating and highly beneficial. Let us now officially commence the Digital Ethics 101. Thank you, and I shall now return the floor to our MC. Who's our MC? Maybe
Yes, thank you, Professor Technologist Dr. Anitawati, for the inspiring speech and valuable words shared with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now begin with the academic session for today's webinar. Our first session is titled Foundation of AI Ethics in Higher Education and will be presented by Amsha Daniel bin Mohammad Nizam. Without further delay, I would like to invite our first speaker to begin the session.
Thank you so much, Safa, for that wonderful introduction and for handing the floor over to me. I truly appreciate you setting the tone for today. Your energy really makes all the difference. Good morning, everyone. It is my absolute pleasure to be here with all of you today. My name is Amsha Daniel, and I will be guiding you through our very first session today. Before we dive in, I just want to take a moment to appreciate our essence for keeping everything running so smoothly. Thank you again. And of course, a big thank you to each and every one of you for being here and giving us your time and attention. Now, without further ado, let us get started. First and foremost, welcome everyone to session 1 of our webinar, Foundation of AI Ethics in Higher Education. This session, part of our broader series, Digital Ethics 101, Ethics in AI for Higher Education. Over the next 20 to 25 minutes, we are going to lay the groundwork, understanding what AI is and what AI ethic means, and most importantly, what it means for you as a student or educator in university today, as AI is a very hot topic, shall we say, in today's education system. Right, then, let me start with a simple question. How many of you have used an AI tool in the last week? Maybe to help write something, look something up, or just for fun? While you answer that question, and while you ponder to that question, that is exactly what we are talking about today. As you can see on this slide, AI refers to the ability of machines or computer system to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. In today's university life, it is not just computer science topic. It is a tool embedded into our daily life. For students, this might look like using AI to brainstorm ideas for an assignment, polish the language in an essay, or get help with coding. For lecturers, it might mean automating admin tasks, generating lectures online, or analyzing student data. And as this slide highlights, AI is important in higher education because it improves efficiency, support decision-making, and sometimes surface insight that we as humans might not have thought of on our own. That is, to me, generally exciting. To give you a current example, tools like ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, and Google Gemini are now being used by students at university worldwide for everything from drafting reports to solving coding problems. According to the QS Generative AI Pool Survey 2023, 4 out of 5 students globally are already using generative AI during their studies. That is 80% of students, 80%. Here in Malaysia, institutions like UiTM and UPM have begun rolling out AI literacy programs precisely because this adoption is happening so fast. That is the landscape we are working in, whether we like it or not. But also, with that power comes great responsibility. And that is exactly what brings us to our next slide. Already. So what do I actually mean by AI ethics? As you can see on the left panel of this slide, AI ethics is a set of values and then principles and techniques that guide moral conduct in how AI is developed, deployed, used, and sold. It is about ensuring AI technologies operate in ways that are fair, transparent, accountable, and beneficial to society. On the right panel, we narrow this down to higher education specifically. AI ethics in university is about ensuring that AI is used responsibly, not just by student, but also by a lecturer and institution in ways that support learning, teaching, and research without compromising academic integrity. These two ideas work together, hand to hand. The broad ethical principles give us the foundation, and applying them in university context gives us the practical direction. A real-world example of why this matter: in May 2023, a professor at Texas A&M University Commerce in United States threatened to fail more than half of his class after incorrectly using ChatGPT as an AI detection tool. The chatbot falsely claimed it had written the student's essay. Graduating seniors had their diplomas temporarily withheld. This story was reported by Rolling Stone and the Washington Post. It is a powerful reminder that AI ethics is not just about what students do. It is also about how educators and institutions respond. They have the responsibility to understand fairly and judge responsibly. This slide shows us the 4 key areas where AI ethics comes into play at university. Let us walk through each one. So from the top left, teaching and learning. The concern here is ensuring students still develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills, and that access to AI tools remain fair for everyone, not just those who can afford the premium version, but also the normal ones. On the top right, assessment and academic integrity. This is probably the most talked about right now. It covers preventing of AI in assignments, exams, defining what counts as acceptable AI assistance, and ensuring assessment still genuinely measure what a student knows. A current concern making headlines globally is the use of AI in open book and take-home examination. For example, in 2024, the International Baccalaureate Organization updated its academic integrity policy specifically to address AI, stating that submitting AI-generated work as one's own is a form of academic misconduct. Many Malaysian universities are now drafting similar policies, such as UM and UKM. And then on the bottom left, research. AI is increasingly used in academic research, but it comes with risk, bias, misinformation, and privacy issues around research participants and sensitive data. A widely reported case in June 2023, 2 lawyers in New York were fined USD $5,000, each by a federal judge after submitting legal documents containing fake case citation generated by ChatGPT. Citation that sounded real but simply did not exist. This can be checked, or this was reported by New York Times and also CNBC. While that is the legal context, the lesson applies directly to academic research. AI can fabricate convincing sounding reference. The researcher is always responsible for verification. And then on the bottom right, last but not least, AI system collect and process personal data as student and privacy. Students need to know what is being gathered, how it is used, and how it is protected. This became a major live issue on 31st March of 2023, when Italy's Data Protection Authority temporarily banned ChatGPT, citing violation of EU GDPRs, specifically that OpenAI had no legal basis for collecting and storing personal data for AI training purposes. This was reported by TechCrunch. And this described as the first such ban by a Western country. Although closer to home, Malaysia Personal Data Protection Act, also known as PDPA, is increasingly relevant as university adopt AI-powered learning platform that tracks student behavior and performance. Together, these four areas show just how far-reaching AI ethics is. It touches every corner of university life. Here is something I want you to hold on to. Ethical AI is not just about rules and policies. It is about culture. This slide presents 4 pillars of that said culture. Let me take you through each one. Firstly, awareness. The first step is simply knowing, understanding what AI can and cannot do, recognizing that AI makes mistakes, can be biased, and sometimes generate information that sounds convincing, but it's completely false. This is what we call AI hallucination. Awareness means you filter what AI gives you rather than blindly accepting it. A simple real-world example, a student asks ChatGPT for biography of a Malaysian academic. The tool produced a detailed, confident response, complete with fabricated publication lists. However, none of the journal ever existed. The student submitted it. That is what happens when you commit to AI without awareness. Furthermore, critical thinking. Do not take AI at face value. Question its output. Verify information from reliable sources. Maintain your own independent judgment. AI can be a powerful tool, but your brain is still the most important one in the room. Then, digital responsibility. Everyone has the responsibility to use AI honestly, especially students. Respect academic integrity. Think of AI as a learning aid to brainstorm, organize, and explore, instead of a shortcut that bypasses the learning process altogether. Continuous learning. The ethical landscape around AI is not static. It evolves as the technology evolves. Both students and educators need to commit to staying informed and adapting over time. These 4 pillars together do not just create ethical AI users. They create better thinkers, researchers, and professionals. As you know, theory is important, but let us bring this to life. This slide focuses on students, and what present is 3 real scenarios you might recognize. Firstly, on the left card, writing and assignments. A student uses AI to generate full essay and submit it as their own work. So what's the ethical issues here? The ethical issue here is it misrepresents their understanding and violates academic integrity. The ethical approach is to use AI to brainstorm, check grammar, or understand concepts. But it is definitely not to submit AI-generated content as original work. These defeat the entire purpose of using AI to help yourself, but instead getting shortcuts. Then on the middle card, research. A student uses AI to summarize research papers and cite the source that AI provided without verifying them. AI tools are known to generate fake references. The ethical approach is to always verify AI-suggested sources directly. This way, you will not be caught doing mischievous stuff, such as just use AI and then paste it and then send it as your assignment. The student must remain responsible for accuracy. And then on the right card, group work. One group member uses AI to complete their entire portion without telling the group. This creates an unfair distribution of effort. The ethical approach is to be transparent, inform your group, and lecture about how AI was used and acknowledge it clearly. Now we look at the same section from the lecturer perspective with two important scenarios. On the left card here, we have assessment design. A lecturer continues using the same essay-based assessment without considering that AI now produce high-quality response to standard questions. If AI can complete the assessment easily, it no longer accurately measures student learning. The ethical approach. Rethink assessment formats to include personal reflection, in-class elements, or demonstration that AI cannot replicate. Universities like University Melbourne and University Malaya are leading the way here. Introducing oral defenses, process portfolios, and in-person demonstration as fairer ways to assess genuine student learning in this age of AI. On the right card, we have student feedback. A lecturer uses AI to generate individualized feedback but sends it without reviewing it. Generic or inaccurate feedback misleads students and reduces the quality for their learning. The ethical approach here is that AI can help draft feedback, but the lecturer must review it themselves and personalize it. Then, on the next slide, we give students a clear practical do and don'ts. Let us walk through it together. And for the do's, as you can see here, firstly, use AI to brainstorm outline and explore ideas. Verify all sources and information that AI provides. Disclose AI use when required by your institution or lecturer. Use AI to improve your understanding of a topic. Treat AI as a study tool and not a shortcut. And for the don'ts, submit AI-generated content as entirely your own. Blindly trust AI outputs without cross-checking. Use AI to avoid engaging with the learning process altogether. Allow AI to replace your own critical thinking and judgment. This is the do and don't from the student sides. Then, for the lecturer sides, these are the standards we hold educators. For the do, clearly communicate to students what AI use is and is not acceptable in your course. Review and personalize any AI-generated feedback before sharing it with students. Redesign assessment to genuinely measure student understanding. Stay informed about how AI tools are evolving and how students are using them. Model personalized AI use yourself. And for the don'ts, leave students guessing about the boundaries of acceptable AI use. Send AI-generated feedback without checking it for accuracy or relevance. And then continue using assessment that AI can easily complete without engagement. Assume that current policies are sufficient as AI continues to develop. And then lastly, dismiss AI ethics as only a student concern. We are coming to the end of our first session, and I want to leave you with the 4 key takeaways shown on the left side of the slide. Firstly, AI is already deeply embedded in university life for both students and educators. That is simply not going to change. Secondly, AI ethics in higher education is about ensuring that AI is used in ways that are fair, honest, and respectful of academic integrity. Thirdly, building an ethical AI culture requires awareness, critical thinking, and digital responsibility from everyone. Not just students, not just lecturer, but all of us. And fourthly, Applying AI ethics is not about avoiding AI. It is about using it in a way generally supports learning and growth. As you know, with AI, we can accomplish much more. But in pursuit of accomplish so much more, we shall not lose ourselves and ability to think. And as the closing statement on this slide says, AI will continue to be a part of university life. The question is not whether to use it, but how to use it well. The foundation you build now in understanding AI ethics will shape the kind of student, educator, and professional you become. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. I hope this session has given you valuable to carry forward. I will now hand back to our MC. Once again, I would like to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Amshal and Neil, for the sharing. Moving forward, we will continue with our second session titled Ethical Challenges of AI in Academic Learning and Assessment, presented by Muhammad Hatim bin Nazami. We now invite our second speaker to deliver his presentation.
Hi, good morning. My name is Muhammad Hatim bin Nazamid, and today I'll be your second speaker for our second session. Before I begin, I would like to thank our MCs, our guests for sharing their precious time, also the participant. I hope that all of us can learn something from this session today. So to recap, in session one, we explored the foundation of AI ethics and principle of responsible AI use in education. Because as AI become more integrated in the university life, new challenges are emerging in both learning and assessment. Students now can access AI system within seconds, which can help them with assignments, study, and many more. And at the same time, educators are exploring AI to improve university learning experience. While this development offers many benefits, it also creates important ethical challenges that university must address. So the main question for our second session is how institution can benefit from AI while preserving their learning quality, fairness, and academic integrity. So first, we will look into what sort of challenges students are facing in AI-assisted learning. As we know, most students nowadays use AI tools to help with their study. Because why? AI is such a powerful tool that can help explain difficult concepts. Think about it. Before AI was smart, it would take a lot of effort to understand, for example, subject physics or chemistry, because we would need to manually find books and ask our friend or our lecturer for us to understand and gain this knowledge. And other than that, AI can also assist in assignments and brainstorming ideas and more. And because of this convenience factor that most of us students decide to use AI. But what would be the impact if it's not used correctly? Students may be too over-dependent on AI for answers or to finish their assignments. And as we know, being too over-dependent on something comes with potential consequences. And these consequences is students may face reduced critical thinking, weaker problem-solving skill, and may be less independent while learning. Because when students use AI instead of thinking for themselves, it quietly takes away the skill they're supposed to be building in the university, which is critical thinking and problem solving. Because not only that, students will also struggle being creative and having an originality in the idea because they stop questioning things. Because when AI hands you an answer, there's no space for the student to think and come up with a solution on its own. And some students who always use AI will not question, oh, does this make sense? Can I actually apply this theory? Which matters a lot in a world of in a world full of misinformation. So next, I want to point out another issue, which is that not all students have the same access to the premium AI tools. Uh, because better AI tools generally, uh, better AI tools generally is better. And to be honest, it is quite expensive. And this unequal access may create gaps in few different things, which is learning opportunities, academic supports, and students' educational outcomes. For example, as a student doing STEMs subjects specifically, coding support alone from a premium tool versus free ones, completely different experience. Because one write better code faster, and the other still stuck trying to understand the error message, for example. However, education is not only about getting quick answers. It's about developing critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and making responsible decisions. And we have to work together to keep it that way. So AI is capable of generating almost anything today. It can write essays, reports, and it can code as well without students' effort. So this brings us with a few challenges. First being authenticity of work. So if a student submits an assignment, how do we know that it actually reflects their own knowledge and skill sets? Because it becomes very difficult to tell whether it's a student or the AI who did most of the job. And the next concern would be academic integrity. The institution does not know students are using AI or submit a fully AI work. And it makes it hard for institutions to access students' real skill. And this assessment matters a lot because education institute are built to provide knowledge. And through this assessment, that the institution can measure whether their systems are relevant to the students. For example, to make sure that you can be clear, imagine a programming assignments where students use AI to fully generate the code. And the code do runs well. But when the lecturer asked for them to explain the code, they could not. Because why? They didn't actually do the work and they don't really understand what they did. You may think it's fine, but in the real world, the consequences is a lot more than we think. Now, interestingly, AI is not only used by students, and some educational institutions are also exploring AI-assisted tools for grading and evaluation. And I'll give you one example. For example, Nanyang Technology University in Singapore, which allow AI to grade midterm and final exam in selected physics and mathematics modules. And on the surface, it really sounds great because it can save so much time and effort from the lecturers. But it also brings out its own ethical concern, such as algorithm bias, inconsistent grading outcomes. Because AI is trained on human data, which naturally comes with mistakes, preference, and biases. And we know that AI can make mistakes if there's no one to monitor it. Next, uh, this system also lacks transparency in how decisions are made and the potential unfair treatment. Because if AI is trained poorly, this could really affect the future of students. So students should be evaluated based on fair and transparent criteria because these assessment decisions are not small. They can significantly influence student academic achievement and even their future opportunities. So here's the key message I want you to remember. AI can support the assessment process, but important academic decision should always stay under human supervision. So the next challenge involves privacy and data protection. Because nowadays, many AI systems collect and process user information. These may include learning behavior, academic performance, user interaction, and sometimes personal data. While this can help improve the learning experience of the AI, it also created risks for students and the users. The data is collected from students using AI. Learning platform can be misused for purpose unrelated to learning, while students may not be clearly informed about how the data are being used. Because the risk is like excessive data collection, privacy risk, data security breach, and unclear data use policies. The thing to remember is that students should also be cautious about the information they share with AI tools. So we have covered the current challenges, but we should discuss about the future emerging challenges that will come to us in the future. So as AI technology continue to evolve, university will keep facing new problems. And here on the slide, you can see five emerging challenges. First being detecting AI generated academic work. And honestly, this is getting harder and harder because AI is becoming better and better at sounding like human. Second is redesigning assessment for this AI era because the old way of testing students may no longer work and the assessment itself may need to change. Third is balancing innovation and academic integrity. We want to embrace the new technology, but not at the cost of integrity and learning processes. Fourth is ensuring fair access to AI technology. As we discussed earlier, not every student can afford the same tools, and universities have to address this gap. And lastly, and the fifth point, managing the growing dependence on AI systems. Because the more we rely on AI, the harder it is to function without it. So here's the key message for this. These ethical challenges may not stay the same. They will continue to evolve alongside the technology itself, which means university cannot just sit back and wait. They must remain adaptable, proactive in addressing these issues, instead of only reacting after the problem appears. So after discussing all these challenges, the natural question is, what can we actually do about it? To ensure responsible AI use in both learning and assessment, higher education institutions should focus on these three main pillars. And as you can see on the slide, the first pillar being clear AI policies. University need to clearly define what counts as acceptable AI use. For example, when is it okay to use AI? When is it not? They also need to establish a proper assessment guidelines and most importantly, promote transparency so that both student and lecturer knows what exactly the rules are. And let me give you a real example. Imagine one lecturer allows students to use AI for brainstorm, but another lecturer consider the exact same thing as cheating. So that will make us get confused because there's no clear standard. And this is exactly why a clear university-wide AI policies is so important. And it removes the guessing and everyone plays by the same rule. And the second pillar being AI literacy. And this is one of the very important because both students and its educators should understand AI properly. That means understanding its capability, what it can do, its limitation, and what it cannot do, and the ethical risk involved, and the responsible practices around using it. Here's a real example. A student asks an AI to find reference for an assignment, and AI confidently produces lists of sources, but some of these sources do not even exist. We call this AI hallucination. A student with good AI literacy should know that we should double check this reference, while a student without AI literacy would consider this as a real information. So you see, you cannot use a tool ethically if you do not even understand how it works. And the third and last pillar is human oversight, or we should say human supervision. This is the one that I really want you to remember. AI should assist decision making. It should never fully replace human judgment. For example, imagine a university uses an AI uses an AI system to automatically grade final exam. If the system makes a mistake or grade unfairly, and no human ever reviews it, a student could fail unfairly without anyone noticing. But with human supervision, a lecturer review can confirm the result before they are final. So, thing is, AI can support the teachers, support the students, support the process, but the final important decision must always stays with human hands. So now let us bring everything that we learned together with a few key takeaways. First, AI is transforming both learning and assessment. There's no doubt about it. And it is already changing the way students learn and the way they are evaluated. Second, the ethical challenges go beyond just technology. They affect educational quality, fairness, and trust. These are human issues, not just technical ones. And the third is the path forward is through proactive policies, AI literacies, and human supervision. And the five major challenges we discussed today were AI dependencies, assessment, integrity, bias, and privacy. And running through all of them, one thing stays the same, which is human judgment remains essential in education. So by addressing these ethical challenges proactively, university can make sure that AI supports meaningful learning while maintaining fairness, accountability, and integrity. And to leave you with one final thought, the central question is no longer whether we should adopt AI. The path is already decided. And AI is here, and it is here to stay for a really long time. And the real question is now how we guide its implementation so that is so it can support deep and genuine intellectual growth of our students rather than weakening it. Because if we can balance innovation with ethics, we can protect one thing that matters most, which is the core value of human knowledge. So my message to all of you is that students, educators, and the future leaders is simple. We cannot fear AI. Let us let us not blindly depend on it either, and let us use it responsibly. And with that, I would like to thank all of you for your time and attention. And that's it from me. It's been a real pleasure talking to you all, and sharing this information with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Muhammad Hatim, for the valuable insights. We will now move on into our Q&A session. We welcome any questions from the audience. Please drop your questions in the chat box or use the raise hand feature. We will address as many questions as possible within our remaining time. Okay, so I see an interesting here from Sophia Mirza. How can students use AI effectively to support their learning without crossing the line into academic misconduct? So, Muhammad Hatim, can you please enlighten us about this?
Sure. Thank you, Wajah. Anyway, in my opinion, I believe that AI should enhance learning, not replace it. Because I believe that students can use AI to brainstorm ideas, understand difficult concepts, generate study guides, and such things. But student must remain responsible, regardless of how AI is used. The student is accountable for the accuracy, quality, and originality of the final submission. It is your responsibility in the end of the day. What are the long-term consequences?
Okay, thank you,
I
Amsha.
see. Okay. Never mind.
Okay. So the next question I see, what are the long-term consequences if students become overly dependent on AI for learning and problem solving? So any of you?
Alright, I guess I'll answer this question too. In my opinion, the long-term consequences for students that overly dependent on AI is that then they cannot think at all. Now they just become overly reliant on AI, so that every little things become an AI task. Instead of their own thinking, it's AI thinking for them, which is the wrong way of how to use AI. So it is important to just use AI as a tool, not as replacement for how you think, because your brain is the most important tool of them all at the end of the day. Because you don't want to rely on what how should I say it? on outside things, on things like gadgets as your dependency to think, because it might be faulty, it might be wrong. That's why humans have gifts, and that gift is to think. That's my answer for that question.
Okay, thank you so much to our speakers, Amshad, Daniel, and Mohammad Hafim, for clarifying those questions. We hope that answers all the inquiries from the audience. We will now proceed to the forum session conducted by lecturers and students from Kalingar Karnanidihi Institute of Technology, KIT. This session will be moderated by Iqmal Hanif bin Soimin and Tengku Maria Marisa binti Tengku Muhammad. With that, I would like to hand over the screen to our moderators to lead the discussion. Please proceed.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening to everyone joining us today. Welcome to the forum session of our international webinar. I am Iqmal Hanif, and alongside my co-moderator,
My name is Kumar Marisa. We are very honored to facilitate this forum today. This forum session is dedicated entirely to our esteemed guest from the Kalignar Karuna Dindihi Institute of Technology, KIT, based in Tamil Nadu, India. We are honored to have representatives from KIT with us today to share their scholarly insight and expertise.
today's talk touches on something very relevant to all of us in this digital age: artificial intelligence and ethics, navigating the future of responsible AI. This is a conversation that matters to all of us, as students, as educators, and as people living in a world shaped by technology.
It is now my great pleasure to introduce the presenters from the KIT who will be leading today's forum. Our first speaker is Dr. S. Raja Mohammed. Dr. Raja Mohammed serves as an associate professor and head of department for computer science and engineering at KIT. With his wealth of experience in academic and research, we are most privileged to have him guide today's discussion. A very warm welcome to you, Dr. Raja Mohammed. Next, joining him today are two outstanding third-year students from KIT. First, we have Ms. Vaishnavi R. from the Department of Artificial Intelligence. Next, we have Mr. Ashwin N. from the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. Their participation today is a testament to the caliber of students being nurtured at KIT. A very warm welcome to both of you.
With that, let us welcome Dr. Raja Mohammed, Vaishnavi, and Ashwin to the floor. Their presentation today is titled Artificial Intelligence and Ethics, Navigating the Future of Responsible AI, starting with the fundamentals of AI and how it is already transforming industries like healthcare, before diving into the ethical challenges around bias, privacy, deepfakes, and the future of work. They will also walk us through the core principles of responsible AI, a case study on Amazon's AI recruitment tool, and finally, a look at how AI is being regulated globally. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Dr. Raza Mohammed, Vaishnavi, and Ashwin. That was truly an astonishing, enriching, and thought-provoking presentation. Next, we will now open the floor for a brief Q&A segment. If any of our participants have questions for our KIT speakers, we warmly invite you to either first type your question in the chat or raise a virtual hand and we will unmute you. We have approximately 6 minutes for this segment, so let us make it productive.
While we wait for questions from the floor, allow me to start with one from our end. To Dr. Raja Mohammed, your presentation touches on algorithmic bias, particularly the Amazon recruitment case. In your view, what is the single most important step that organizations should take to prevent such biases from being embedded in AI systems from the outset? Next question is to Vaishnavi and Ashwin. As AI students yourself, how do you personally navigate the ethical responsibilities that come with building AI systems? Has your perspective shifted after preparing this presentation? Thank you to everyone who joined in on the Q&A. We really appreciate the engagement. On behalf of the entire organizing team, I would like to express our sincerest gratitude to Dr. S. Raja Mohammed, Ms. Vaishnavi R., and Mr. Ashwin N. for such a wonderful presentation. Your thoughts on responsible AI and the ethics behind this technology have truly given us a lot to think about. The dedication KIT put into nurturing students who are not just technically strong, but also ethically grounded. It really shows, and we are honored to have had this collaboration.
Indeed, as Dr. Raza Muhammad's slide so powerful reminded us that AI is powerful, but how is it actually determines our future. Let us carry that message forward as students, as a researcher, and also as a responsible members of the global community. Thus, this concludes the forum session of our webinar. Thank you once again to KIT and thank you to all of our participants for your time and also your curiosity. Assalamualaikum and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you so much to our
And
moderators,
Maria
Iqmal
Mahana.
Hana, as well as our international panel from KIT for such an engaging and wonderful forum discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the conclusion of Module 1 for today's international webinar. We would like to express our deepest gratitude and highest appreciation to our esteemed speakers, Amshad Daniel bin Muhammad Nizam and Muhammad Hatim bin Nasami, as well as our brilliant forum moderators, Ikmal, and our counterpart panel Nidifi Institute of Technology. Your profiles have truly enlightened us all and set a spectacular foundation for today's discourse. Before we temporarily conclude this season, we would like to invite all participants to turn on their cameras once again for a quick Module 1 photo group session. All right, let's take a screenshot. Smile, everyone. 3, 2, 1. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, everyone. Dear participants, your feedback is highly valuable in helping us assess the effectiveness and impact of this program. We kindly request your cooperation to fill out the feedback form for International Webinar Digital Ethics 101 AI in Higher Education. The QR code is currently displayed on the screen. Please take a few minutes to scan it and share your thoughts. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. We will now take a short break for lunch and technical preparation for Module 2, which will commence promptly at 1:30 p.m. Module 2 will feature an equally exciting lineup discussing the new frontier of digital policing and ethical pillars and human shield, which will be hosted by your next Master of Ceremony. Please stay tuned in the Google Meet and YouTube streams. As for me, Safa Atifah, and me, Hakimi Nordin, it has been an absolute honor serving as your MC for Module 1. We apologize for any shortcomings on our part and I thank you all for your wonderful cooperation. We shall end with Wabillahi Taufiq wa Hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a good break and we will see you back at 1:30 p.m. Thank you.
May I comment a bit before you proceed? Anyone listening?
Boleh, Prof.
Macam tak
Boleh
dengar je.
komen. Yang lain dengar tak Prof tanya?
Dengar Prof. Okay, satu tadi MC suara you banyak tenggelam timbul ya. Siapa tadi? Wajiha and siapa tadi? Safwa?
Professor.
Sekarang you all semua dekat Makmal 14 kan?
Betul, Madam.
Yes, madam.
Tapi untuk Sabtu nanti you all semua guna Makmal 14 dan 15 juga. Tempat yang sama.
Betul.
Ya.
Betul, madam. Dia separate room.
Okay, lepas tu kan you ada buat break macam ni, lunch break. But you ada is it hybrid ke? Ada yang dekat ni ya? So you need the lunch break, is it?
Everyone ada dekat faculty during the day.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hujan suara 1, 2, 3, hello, hello.
Prof, I think boleh ke? About the platform, korang dah dengar tak? Dengar tak?
Yes.
About the platform, korang dah finalize kita akan pakai kita akan pakai Teams.
Pakai Teams.
Okay, and then maybe
Tak payahlah, bukan cakap kat sini.
maybe akan join the teams is AJK and also Indian students from India and it's VIP. And the rest participant which is akan join YouTube. Is it okay with that?
So have you communicated? Nanti you kena communicate lah if you confirm the platform. Please tell them early on so that they are prepared, with the
Yeah. Nanti we will contact the person in charge from India. Dia orang kena join through Teams lah. Tapi from UiTM or the rest yang akan join the Sulam akan join melalui YouTube because we want to kurangkan risiko untuk ganggu flow program. Is it okay with that?
Apa dia tadi macam penggalan timbul. Apa dia kata India akan gunakan Microsoft Teams.
Which is VIP and student from India. And AJK akan guna Microsoft Teams, tapi the rest participant akan join melalui YouTube sebab kita nak kurangkan risiko untuk gangguan flow program.
Okay, agree. But